Welcome into Fantasy AI. Moving on. All right, back in the computer room. Today we're going to be looking at some ball hogs. Just getting all the targets carries on the team. Just hogging the ball. All right? We like ball hogs. Oh, actually, maybe not playing with them, but hey, let's take a look at one of the biggest surprises so far. Jaden Daniels. Just coming out. Look at this 20-point average a week. All right, giving Lamar Jackson, the #1 fantasy quarterback so far, a run for his money. He's at an average of 22. All right, Lamar Jackson. But hey, this Jaden Daniels powered Washington to the #3 offense so far. Really helped turn them around, right? He's got just fantasy points going galore, 300 yards rushing. And he's got another one coming up. He looks like he's got the easiest 5th schedule for next week. I'd take a double take at that because I looked and it looked like he was playing Baltimore. And I'm like, well, Baltimore can't be the last place team in passing. And I looked and they are giving up the most yards, Baltimore. So that ain't good. Well, you're playing Jaden Daniels regardless. Just a great start he's been getting off to. All right. One of the ball hogs there. So, hey, let's get started and look at the touches and see who's been getting the most. All right, let's take a look at this week's touches. Top 10 in touches at running back. Tyrone Tracy Jr. with 20. Singletary out of the lineup, give him a great opportunity. Josh Jacobs with 20 touches. This could be rushing attempts and targets if they received a pass. All right, Raheem Mostert with 21 total touches. Back in the game after being out. Hey, we thought it'd be Cam Akers, but no, it was Dar Ogunbowale. It's easy for me to say. How about James Conner with 22 touches? All right, he got in the game playing pretty good there. How about Dowdell with 22 touches? Did you do a lot with them, though? Hey, that's just because these are opportunities. How about James Cook here with 23? He was a big part of that Buffalo game. Hey, DeAndre Swift had 23. Hope you got him in last week. How about Kyren Williams with 23 touches? He's always the top. Was last year. He's always there, isn't he? He's always the focal point. And how about Kareem Hunt coming out of the retirement with 28 total touches? Leads the running backs for the week. And let's look at the wide receivers for this week. How about Darius Slayton? Taking advantage of Malik Neighbors being out. Getting 11 targets. For the wide receiver, these are targets. Ayuk had 12 targets. We like it when our guys are targeted. That means they're getting the ball. Josh Downs was targeted 12 times. Came in, 8? How about Jamar Chase targeted 12 times? And Zay Flowers was 13. Among the leaders here. #5, Drake London with 13 targets. T. Higgins with 14 targets. You can see Cincinnati just throwing the heck out of the ball. Between them two, 26 targets. How about Justin Jefferson? Always, just like Kyren Williams, Justin Jefferson's always up there getting some targets, isn't he, at 14? How about Mooney? I got Mooneyed. I lost because somebody put him in because didn't have enough for their bye week, so they played Mooney. Oh, just killed me. How about Garrett Wilson with, look at that, 22 targets. I mean, he was the focal point there, wasn't he? All right, let's look at the targets for this week. All right, let's take a look at this year so far in top 10 in touches. At running back, number 10 is James Conner at 92 total touches. How about Swift coming in here at 92 also for the Bears? Reed took over that lead back role, I think, last week. How about Breece Hall? Worried about him sharing? No, he comes in here at number 8 with 93 touches. Ramondre Stevenson, they're talking up Gibbs, but he comes in so far this year with 94 touches at running back. Najee Harris, 99. This is rushing attempts and targets in the receiving. How about Josh Jacobs with 100 total? Comes in at number 5. How about Derrick Henry with 101? He's been just hammering most of his rushes. Not very many receiving attempts. How about Kyrene Williams, 110? Always up here at the top in touches. Ball hogging, we called him in one episode. Jordan Mason, filling in for Christian McCaffrey, who's usually the number 1 spot at touches, but he'll do for San Francisco at number 2. And number 1 running back this year, Alvin Kamara, in touches so far. Through 5 weeks, 119 touches. Whew. What's that, 104 or 24 game? Quick math. All right, so let's keep going with the wide receivers here. Justin Jefferson comes in at number 10. Heck, I'd have thought he'd been number 1 with 43. And how about DJ Moore, 44 so far? How about Drake London, 44? And Nico Collins, although he got hurt. Let's see how he does, but he has 44 targets. We're worried about them sharing in Houston. Hey, he's been doing all right with 45. Deontay Johnson, new quarterback helping out there, 47 targets. He's the number 1. Amari Cooper, wouldn't know it, but he's been targeted 47 times. Just can't do anything with it. They need a quarterback change here in Cleveland in such a bad way. How about Dallas? You knew CeeDee Lamb would be up here in the top. 48 targets already. How about Wan'Dale Robinson, 49? You always hear him up here at the top in targets. 49. PPR people, get on him. How about Malik Neighbors, his teammate? Daniel Jones throwing the heck out of the ball. He's at 55. Who's ball hogging more than him at wide receiver? Well, you know it, Garrett Wilson, 57 targets so far this year. Those are the tops. Can't leave out the quarterbacks. Let's look at the quarterbacks here. These are rushing attempts. 23 for Kyler Murray, comes in at number 10. Patrick Mahomes using the legs, got 23 rushing attempts. Deshaun Watson, 25. Not doing much with it, though. How about Josh Allen with 26 rushing attempts? Of course, you thought he might be even higher. How about Bo Nix, rookie, coming in, running it 31 times so far? These are attempts. Daniel Jones, 34 attempts for quarterbacks coming in. How about Jalen Hurts? You expect him to be there, rush the board 42 times, and he's had a week off. How about Justin Fields, 44 rushing attempts? All right. And coming in, Lamar Jackson comes in number 2 at 53. And surprise rookie, Jaden Daniels comes in with 57 rushing attempts so far this year. Just lighting it up. What a surprise. All right, coming in at quarterback. How about, let's look at some tight ends next. Cade Otton with 24 targets. Comes in at number 10. Hunter Henry was hot those first couple weeks. 25 total targets. Tyler Conklin coming in with 27 targets. Dallas Goedert, been filling in while all those receivers have been out. 28 targets. George Kittle with 29 targets. And Trey McBride, 30 targets. Jake Ferguson with 30. All right, Kobe Parkinson with the Rams has 32 targets. With those wide receivers out, they've been going to him a lot. And Travis Kelce back, get 32 targets. He's almost second. And, of course, Brock Bowers leads him with 37 targets. It's what they got there in Las Vegas. Hope you listened to Fantasy AI and skated on a tight end. I drafted him 10th, tight end taken, and you got to wait on those tight ends because Laporta isn't even on the list. Do you see him? No. So wait on those targets. Our tight ends, you just never know. 30% accuracy, I think we had on those last year. Moving on. All right, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. Studies show your team will do better if you hit that like button for me. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at the jump around the league here. What about Derek Carr? has an oblique problem, multiple week absence. Been doing pretty good there with New Orleans. 15th offense. See, that's 7th team rushing. Well, without Derek Carr, how does that affect Alvin Kamara? Look at that, 19 points a game he's been getting. Just doing great. You can see there in his old rank there, he came in 20th, 17th. He seemed to boom. Then he exploded. Been one of the top running backs, helping that team out. But what happens with Derek Carr out of the lineup? That's something to keep an eye on there. How about let's jump over to Miami? A-Chain might miss a week. He's concussed. Been going down, but hey, I think Raheem Mostert jumped in last week. Got some touches there we saw. And got 10 points with it. So him and Jalen Wright. You see? Says here they're on a bye week, though. So it might be the next week. We'll see how long A-Chain's out. How about Minnesota? Aaron Jones. He got injured there, too. So we got to keep an eye out. They're on a bye as well. So, hey, it's a good time for it if you're Aaron Jones. He's been holding up great, hasn't he? Look at those points, 12.7 a game. Just, you can see he's ranked as high as 7th this last week. Just doing great. Sam Darnold's been keeping him going. But on a bye this week, so that's great. Getting that team rested up. How about Houston? Houston over here, are they on a bye? No, they're actually playing they're at New England. And Nico Collins. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Hammy, possible 2 weeks. Conflicting. But that's where if you're holding Tank Dell, that's what you've been waiting for. Hey, he's going to get a lot more action, presumably. See, they've got a schedule. They're playing at New England. That's the 19th best wide receiver schedule for next week. So keep an eye on that situation. Oof, what about the Jets situation right now? Aaron Rodgers has the team at the 27th team offense. 32 teams in rushing. Just terrible, the offense. Breece Hall, you can see here he's averaging 10 points a game. Braylon Allen at 6.7. With that defense, they fired the coach. Get rid of him. He's not the problem. The problem is you just can't bring Aaron Rodgers in and bring all the people, his people in and just turn it and flick it like a switch. Now, interesting, it took a couple weeks, but over here in Atlanta, Kirk Cousins seems to be having it fired up here lately, hasn't he? Woo! Look at that last week. Hey, slow start it seemed, but now they're rocking. He's still only the 14th fantasy. But hey, he seems to be firing things up here lately, getting Drake London going. So Atlanta, can they catch fire? Hey, Tyler Algier. He's just been doing just enough to put that little burr under the saddle of those people having Robinson on their team. Woo, keeping him down at just 10 points a game, it looks like. Hey, currently ranked 22nd. But hey, maybe brighter days are ahead. They're looking at Carolina. Position schedule number 2 this week. Add Carolina, but hey, they're good enough. This be interconference. They're always tough. Or in the same conference division. But hey, Tyler Algier, he'll get some action there too. But hey, it's keeping Atlanta on the thing. So San Francisco at Seattle. Can they keep that rolling? San Francisco's the number 2 team offense. Look at that. 4th in passing. Brock Purdy is 12th right now, it looks like, in scoring in fantasy right now amongst quarterbacks. Just doesn't do it with his legs enough. He's got 108 yards rushing. That's pretty good for him. He's been pretty solid, but and they got the number 2 team offense and 4th in passing. But Deebo Samuel, you can see here 34th. Ayuk 43rd. Take a look there. He, of course, he held out threatened holding out, and then he got off to a very slow start. He fired a little bit, but of course his Jennings has been popped up that 1 week, get a whole bunch of the points. And got Kittle down here too. So a lot of mouths to feed. And these top San Francisco receivers finished 10th and 11th, I believe, last year, are on fire like they should. On fire. How about Buffalo? What about Josh Allen? He's currently the 6th in scoring, but we're used to number 1 with him, right? So 16 points a game's respectable, but that's top 10, definitely. Well, 6th, but we're used to number 1 with him. You know, having Shakir out last week, I think, hurt. James Cook, big focal point, rushing. But hey, so this week they're at the Jets. Jets in some turmoil, but a lot of times they rally around that coach. Might be another bad week for Josh Allen. You got to play him. I mean, what do you do? Josh Allen. So what about Jacksonville? Let's head over to Jacksonville and look. Trevor Lawrence catch fire last week. Did pretty good. Can they come around? You know, they're still losing, but actually got a win there. But hey, team 13th offense. You know, Brian Thomas Jr. Whew, been looking good there, hasn't he? Had that long touchdown. I don't know, not a lot. I mean, hey, currently number 5 receiver. Could go, you know, just get him the ball. Could take it to the house, right? Christian Kirk. Looks like he's the 41st. And this is before Evan Ingram comes back, and he's about to come back. So Ingram's going to come back and start taking that. How about it running back here in Jacksonville? Stories Tank Bigsby. Probably was picked up last week, if not, if they got him on the waiver this week. But just been growing great here. ETN has problems. The shoulder, I think he had a little shoulder issue. He just hasn't really. Hey, it's part of it's just Jacksonville in general. You know, they have been doing great. So Gabe Davis, disappointment there too. Tips dropping them, complaining, and I keep seeing him drop them. A lot of mouths to feed there in Jacksonville. Hey, what about, let's go to the Raiders for a second. What about Devontae Adams? Sat out. You know, what about Jacoby Myers? Did all right, but hey, Trey Tucker, he was going to, no, didn't fire. You're talking about the number 23 team. You think they'll ever make the move over here to Aiden O'Connell? Get Gardner out there, see if they can fire that. But hey, one person has been keeping getting fed there is Brock Bowers. Saw him, number 1 tight end in targets. That's what hey, anytime they got a rookie like this, they like to showboat it when things go bad. Just keep that going. Promise for the season ticket holder, right? You know, that's part of the thing we like about those rookies. How about the New York Giants? Daniel Jones has them at the 18th offense. Right? Hey, Tyrone Tracy came in here, filled in for Singletary when Singletary missed. Singletary been doing good too. So, you know, Malik Neighbors out that week, so Slayton filled in. Number 12 team in passing, the Giants. So making a little noise there. How about who isn't making some noise? Cleveland. Ugh. Deshaun Watson, please get Jameis Winston in the game. He's the 20th fantasy quarterback, but boy, sure brings the team down to the 30th team on offense. 29th in passing, it shows up. Mark Cooper, 36th. Jerry Jeudy, 52nd. Can't get a running back, Jerome Ford. He's trying, but boy, you can't get a touchdown when the team not scoring. Just not getting any points there in Cleveland. Just a bad situation. How about there in Pittsburgh? Bad situation. Hurt at running back. Najee's going to, well, just same old Najee. We're getting 8 points a game here. Nothing shows up there. Pickens. Really? He's not doing any. Well, I guess it's time to go to Russell. You think? Bring him in? Justin Fields been doing good. I mean, he's staying afloat, 16. That's good run because he runs. I mean, he's doing all right, I guess. We'd still like some superstar points out of him. But you just don't know about Pittsburgh at Las Vegas this week. Can Najee get going with a number 8 schedule? Let's hope. All right? Maybe Justin Fields. It'd be great. Best thing that happened to this Pittsburgh is if somehow Las Vegas runs a kickback or two and defensive touchdown so Pittsburgh gets behind and have to do some offense. How about Baker Mayfield over there? Keeping it rolling, number 3 fantasy quarterback. Look at that. 1,100 yards already, 11 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Baker Mayfield. Keeping you going there. Got him for nothing. Probably got him. So, Mike Evans, number 6 receiver. Chris Godwin, number 8. Shows you how much teams the number 14th in passing. And yet, 2 of these receivers at the top, they just Jalen McMillan down here, nothing. So, anyway, Bucky Irvin. He's kind of a story there. The battles between him and Rashard White. I think last week was more of that kind of game. So, at New Orleans, let's see. Position schedule 21. That's going to be a tough game. Bucky Irving fans, I think maybe just hold off just a little longer because this looks like a White kind of game. All right? If he's healthy, got to check on that. See how that's going this week. But, all right, Seattle, San Francisco going to be going at it. Seattle, the number 6 team offense, 3rd in passing. DK Metcalf, down week last week, but he'd been doing good. JSN, him and Lockett, just not enough there to go around. How about this Kenneth Walker? Him and Charbonnet just battling back and forth. So I have San Francisco at home, but middle of the road schedule it looks like. So that won't be too bad. It's a walk around the league. All right? Been going good to see how things keep going. I'm going to do a couple shows later in the week, maybe for rank the running backs, receivers, stuff. Keep an eye on.